son, where'd you find this?
Go on, make it happen.
And now here's Steve and Michelle.
Welcome to Mallet and Michelle right here in soggy Dripping Springs. While I am worried about my hair in the 1 hour it took to straighten it, Steve is excited because it's good for the land. Every week we bring sass, heart, and humor, maybe actually some facts we throw in there. But Steve, welcome. And
so you're worried about your hair, but you're not worried about the tornado watch.
Have you seen my hair? This takes a long time.
I bet it does. I bet it does.
Sure.
You need to have hair like me that's going bald in the back here.
No. I'm good. Hey, we need to thank our sponsors.
Yes, we do.
We have Jovi Beltero.
If you are looking to live in a 55-plus community, you need to go over there and talk to Marilyn, Audra, and Sydney. They'll give you a private tour and maybe give you something special over there.
That's right. And how about South Star Bank? Oh, I love those people.
Yeah, Kim Watson. I just saw her the other day. She's a loan rock star. I love her. If you need a loan on land or a house or construction, give her a call.
We're going to a happy hour there today, this afternoon, for sure.
Yes.
And then there's this little real estate company. I don't know if you've heard about it or not.
I have, yeah.
Mallet Integrity Team Real Estate.
You know what? I think I said a week ago or 2 weeks ago that we had 50-plus years of combined experience, and I was thinking about it this morning. It's actually 60.
Is math your strong suit?
Yes, it's my strong suit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and one other thing about that, if you're online right now, go look at 362 Wellington in Belterra because that's a great house, and somebody needs to buy it. Dang it!
Please, somebody buy this property for sure. Hey, this morning, joining us for our monologue, we have two very special people, Steve and Jennifer Friedman. Welcome. They're with the Dripping Springs Art League.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. And so they're going to tell us about some upcoming events that are going on here in Dripping Springs. And Steve, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having us. We're real excited to be here.
Yeah.
For those that aren't aware of what Dripping Springs Art League is, we formed about 1.5 years ago, and we support local artists all across the area. We have clubs for everything from glass and metal art to ceramics and acrylics and watercolor. So a great opportunity for artists to find their tribe, practice their art, get out and sell art if they'd like to do that. And we do a lot of other public art exhibits and markets throughout the year.
You guys have made such a big impact in 1.5 years.
Thank you.
I mean, the stars on Mercer Street and then the gala that you did that we emceed. I mean, you're really making a big impact.
Well, we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Well, good. And so what's going on now? You got a couple of big events coming up.
Yeah, we have a few big events. May is a big month for us. Art in every corner of Dripping Springs. So the first event we have is this Saturday, May 10th. It's at the Triangle, corner of 290 and 12, and it's the mother of all art markets. So it's the day before Mother's Day, and we're doing it up big. So we have about 20 vendors coming out. We have 4 demos, metal art, fiber art, alcohol ink that Jennifer's leading up, stained glass. So really fascinating to watch what they're doing. And there's vendors out there so you can check out their local art and pick up a few pieces for your mother or mother-in-law or anybody else you'd like.
Did you know that Dripping Springs Elite, we're going to have a coloring booth out there for the kids?
I did know that, yes. Yeah.
I need to print those coloring pages.
I've been recruited to go to that, so I think you may see me out there coloring some pages myself.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun for the kids. We've got music all day, so we'd love for everybody to come out this Saturday. It's from 10 to 4. Our next event is the following Thursday, so on the 15th of May, we'll be at Growlix on Mercer Street at 6 o'clock. We're doing 2 things at Growlix. First, we're celebrating the banners that are on Mercer Street, so the lamppost banners on the side of the street. So our local artists have created the banners that are up for May and June. And so we're going to celebrate that at Growlix, and then we're going to go out and walk around, and the artists are going to share a little bit of their inspiration and technique of how they created them. We're also going to do a kickoff for our tour that I'll talk about next. So we'll have a lot of samples, and you can plan your tour experience for the weekend there at Growlix on Thursday the 15th.
What happens to the banners at the end of June? Are you guys going to raffle those off or anything?
Well, the city's actually going to take them down and plan to reuse them next year.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Okay, so it'll be an ongoing thing. That's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. So what's the third event?
So the third event is our West of Weird art tour. So that is May 17th and 18th, Saturday and Sunday, from 11 to 6. And we are so excited. We have 36 artists that are going to be opening up their home studios, showing where they work, how they work. They'll do some demos. We have art all across the area. We have several in every corner, from the northwest side up on West Fitzhugh to Nutty Brown and all points in between. So regardless of where you live, or if you're coming in from Austin or some other place, you can spend an hour, or you can spend 2 days checking out all the art, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a few local galleries that are also participating and doing a great job of bringing art to the public here in Dripping.
You know, we were at the unveiling of the stars, and I said, you gave us a couple minutes to say some things, and I said, you guys are quickly changing this town into not only just the wedding capital of Texas, but it's becoming an epicenter for art. I love that. People will start coming here for a different reason now, because to see all this wonderful art.
Well, thank you, and I really think that you're right, and I think we're on to something. And it's not that we've created that; the talent has been here.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of local artists that do amazing work. And I think maybe we're just helping to bring them along and connect them with each other, which is really exciting for us and for them. And as a result, I agree. I think there's no reason Dripping Springs won't become a big art destination here in the Hill Country.
I think it will. Tell us where people can find out more.
Look us up at artindripping.com. You'll find all of our events, the ones we mentioned and many others. You can join our subscriber list, and membership is only $35 a year.
That's awesome. So thank you both for coming in. That's really cool. We hope you have a huge turnout for your events.
Well, thank you, and thanks for all your support.
Oh, of course.
Appreciate that.
Okay, I'm out on that. Awesome. That was perfect.
Now we're going to move around. Thank you guys so much for
thank you for
joining
coming
us.
in. Yeah.
Good to see you
Out of here.
guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Good
Your
to
hair
see
looks
you.
fabulous,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
Thank you.
Yours looks okay.
You're welcome. Congratulations again too. I saw you have another wedding to plan.
Yes, we
Oh
do.
my goodness.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
we-
good to.
Still recovering.
Yeah, congratulations engagement.
Thank you. We'll talk to you both soon.
This over here. This over here. Look at this. Look at this transit. Oh, I almost fell over. The chair.
Yes, that would have been podcast gold.
Actually, you know what you're gonna have on Instagram Live is a murder live.
Yeah. She would not be the first.
Okay.
We didn't get a chance to do our funny thing, so I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, get off my lawn. What are you doing? Don't you know who I am? Isn't that great?
It's
Oh, look, it looks like me.
okay.
All right.
That was a new transition for us. We wanted to bring them in so they could talk about what they were promoting, and we're very excited about that. Oops, sorry, Steve. I had locked you up. There you go on. Okay.
All right. Let's get going. So I will bring us back and say.
I got my first, and you got. Okay, I got my first. Okay.
Got this set up. Oh well, we don't know. I'm doing school choice.
Okay, I got the Texas.
Texas.
Yeah,
Texas what?
the Texas House bill.
For the school choice?
Nope.
Okay. And then I'll do the new town.
Okay.
And what do you have last?
How to shower.
Oh, lovely. I guess I need to know how to do that. Okay. Well, that was great. I love them. They're really making a big impact on Dripping Springs, aren't they?
They are. They're great people too. I love to go to some of their stuff and just see the different types of art that are out there. I was in Chicago this past weekend, and I had an 11-week-old with me looking at Monet and Renoir and Van Gogh, and she wasn't as impressed as I was.
Not yet.
but
She will be one day.
She wasn't, but it was. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Well,
for sure.
good. Well, I wanted to talk about, there's a couple big things that happened in Texas recently. One was Governor Abbott. I think you're going to talk about something about House Bill too, but Governor Abbott just signed a law into law about school choice. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Yeah, so Senate Bill 2 established ESAs, or Education Savings Account Program. and it allows for public money to be used for parents to pay for private schools, which has been one of Governor Abbott's top priorities over the years. Governor Abbott said, "Gone are the days that families are limited to only schools assigned by the government. The day has arrived that empowers parents to choose the school that's best for their child," which I think is huge.
We have yet to see how this will impact our local public schools.
I don't think it's going to have much of an impact at all.
You don't think so?
No, because they're also looking at a bill to raise how much money is going to fund public education.
Where's all that coming from? And didn't our
It comes from us, Michelle.
yeah, the Dripping Springs bill passed. Also, the bond passed.
Yeah. I've seen like so many different numbers, but I think it's a total of $770 million.
$10 trillion.
Yeah, it's like enough to buy a spaceship to the moon. So this bill that was signed, each child accepted in the program will receive 85% of the statewide average of local and state dollars that each student receives in public schools. So I'm sorry, I'm reading that, but right now it's a little over 10 grand a year. So if you have your kid in a private school, you can get 10 grand a year to use towards paying for that private school. Now, what a lot of the opponents have said is, well, that's just a bill now for rich people. But what I think might happen is that there may be some, we had the school here, what was the name of the school we had her on from? Apogee?
Apogee.
Apogee. I think there will be some private schools popping up that are not like, these St. Andrews or whatever they are, those big, fancy, rich private schools. There'll be more grassroots type schools where the child can get a good education, for $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 a year, and this will make a big difference on that.
I did actually hear, I think it was last week, there was a Catholic school up in the Northeast, I believe, that there had a case in the Supreme Court, and they feel like they should be able to get state funds for their private school. And if that passes, they were talking it in relation. I was actually listening to the Chicago News.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were talking about the school choice that was happening here in Texas at the same time, and how that could impact too. So private schools could also be getting state fund money.
Yeah, well, this is sort of a bellwether thing for the entire country. A lot of the rest of the country, other states, are looking at how this bill passed and how it was structured, and maybe considering something like this for their state.
Well, I think parents, these last 5 years, if it's taught us anything, we want more choice for our children, and we don't want our children to be indoctrinated with whatever.
And when your school starts doing things that you don't want to your children, that you don't want them to do, or influencing them in ways, you have a choice now. And I think that maybe holds public schools a little more accountable when they come up with some crazy idea. They go, wait a minute, we might lose a lot of students if we do that, because their parents will pull them out and put them in Apogee or a Catholic school or some other private school. The law that was signed into law also says that homeschool students are eligible to receive up to $2,000 a year. So there are some income limits, and you have to. These programs just aren't going to automatically apply. You have to be approved. You have to apply for them to be eligible for the funds. But if somebody's thinking about pulling their kids out, I urge you to look at this, read up on it some. I think this could change education in Texas significantly in the future. Significantly. And there'll be some things that come out of it that are maybe not expected that could be really good for education.
I happen to agree. I think if the COVID times taught us anything, is that we realized we didn't have a lot of say in our child's education, and the parents that were speaking out at school boards and so on, they were being villainized. So it's true. And not in Texas, but even in some states, parents were being arrested for opposing what was happening in the schools. Well, maybe it goes back to our school, our choice.
Yeah, it should, right?
Maybe.
I mean, when so-called public education was first started, it was parents had all the say in what their kids were taught. Now these teachers unions and these other groups have gotten really pretty cocky on what they think they can do with the kids. It's time maybe to correct that a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to piggyback off of that just a little bit. And something else that's going on in Texas, if you see Michelle in handcuffs soon, you will know why. The Texas House has passed a bill to criminalize political memes.
Is that the only reason you'd be in handcuffs?
No,
I can think of a lot of other things.
No, it's not.
One is murder of your boss.
Murder. Well,
I'm pretty sure they would arrest you for that.
Is it
think
really?
So, Michelle.
Is it? I don't know.
It's kind of a fine line there. But
House Bill 366 will lock up anyone for a year, up to a year. I'm sorry. Excuse me, unless political memes or altered media have a government disclaimer at the bottom. And some of the people that are against this say, look, it's a violation of the First Amendment. It will go to a higher court and it will be ruled unconstitutional. The Texas Senate should and will kill it. These are what people are saying online. Somebody else says sounds like Britain. Or Canada. I don't know if you've heard what's going on with Canada.
I have.
And what happens when loony people post things about the other party and then they all want to move to Texas again. But really what this bill says, it's Texas House Bill 366. It addresses political includes altered media such as images or videos created using generative AI. It establishes to disclose requirements and classifies violations as a Class A misdemeanor, which can result in fines or jail time. And so when I started, the headline basically states, you post a political meme, you're going to jail, it's all censorship. That's really not what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a little more nuanced than that.
It is. It's a little bit, once you get in, the devil's in the details, you get in there and you can't put an altered AI video of a political figure, Governor Abbott. Let's just use him as an example. His face is talking, his mouth is talking, but it's his voice.
It's crazy how they can do that.
Voice.
Do you remember the old videos of the football players and they were talking and then they would put a voiceover on them and it looked like they were actually saying it and they would be like, oh man, I got to go change my diaper now.
Yeah.
Or some weird thing. Now, man, it's like 100 times more realistic now.
Well, all they're saying is if they do that, there has to be a disclaimer that it was AI. I mean, we have to do it in MLS. I was looking at it in MLS. Our MLS or ABOR has introduced an AI feature that you can add descriptions to the pictures. Now, we've always kind of gone in and added these descriptions on our own, right? Like if I were to describe the studio, it's cozy and it has soundproofing and microphones and whatever. Well, what the AI does, it's like, there's an AC vent and there's baseboards and it doesn't do a really good job of it.
It almost seems stupid.
But we also there's a disclosure that you're supposed to have on MLS that shows that these are AI generated.
Yeah. You know where I'm wondering if maybe this started. I remember back when Rush Limbaugh was alive and I would hear people commentating on didn't like him, commentating on something he said on his radio show. And they would play a clip of something he said, and I would go, "Oh, damn, man! I can't believe Rush said that."
Taking something out of context?
Well, yes, hear me out. So then I would go back and I'd listen to the whole episode, and I'd go, "You guys clipped it out. That is nothing what he was going to say." So in this age where things can be edited way more than they could back then, not only just taking things out of context, I think it would probably was somebody well-meaning that thought we can't have people taking clips or making people look like they're saying things that are absolutely untrue. But I think they got a little carried away.
I think I happen to agree with you there. I happen to agree with you. So, buckle up. If you see me in handcuffs, it's because I shared a funny meme, and I don't think that's what it's going to be when we see you in handcuffs, Michelle. I share some pretty funny stuff on
I'm pretty sure they could have hauled you away in handcuffs when on May 1st when we had our little protest in Dripping Springs. Did you read much about that online? Right at Ranch Road 12 and 290, there was some protests protests on May 1st?
Okay, the only reason why I heard about this, because I was out of town, the only
Yeah.
reason why I heard about this was because of the fire that happened behind there. People were saying that maybe the protesters started the fire, which is not true. It was like I don't know if it's true.
I don't know if it's true
I don't know if
either.
it's
It's
true or
kind of,
not.
I'm just going to say,
I'm
it's
just
kind of
gonna say-
funny. A fire starts 100 yards away from a protest in an area where there's nobody living.
True.
It's just in the woods.
True.
Why does a fire just spontaneously combust? It probably is complete coincidence, but I'm pretty sure if you'd have driven by them, you would have maybe given them some hand signals
You would
or
have thought
something.
maybe their tears would have put the
Oh
fire out.
yes, yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So there's a title right there. Well, there's a new town in Texas. Have you heard about the newest town? It's down near Brownsville. It is the town of Starbase, Texas.
Yes, it's in El Valle. I love it. It's another valley town, and I am a big supporter of whatever. I'm a huge supporter of Elon Musk and what he has done for the Rio Grande Valley. I'm a Rio Grande Valley
huge.
girl, and it has changed the landscape of that very, very poor area.
That the business he has down there, SpaceX, employs 3,400 people.
Yeah, it's
and the
amazing.
salaries of those people is way more than they have ever made in any point in their life.
And not
before
only that, Steve, he has invested so much money into the schools.
Millions and millions of dollars.
It is an amazing thing what he has done down
Yeah. So the town, they had to have a vote on it. This is a town, not a city. And a town's typically smaller than a city and has less jurisdictional control. But 97% of the people that lived in the area that would be controlled by this town voted for this. 3% of the people, which those people were probably had to take a break from scratching swastikas into the Teslas out in the parking lot, but voted against it. But, it overwhelmed. Have you ever heard of any vote that got 97%?
No.
Never.
And I know probably for a fact, because not only did I live down in the valley, but I worked down in the valley.
Yeah.
It's a very corrupt area. It's very run by nefarious.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure. Well, I think Musk is doing away with some of that.
Yeah, and the people that were against it, I think they didn't like losing control.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason that Musk got this thing going was the people that were down there that ran the parks and the beaches and stuff. Whenever he would have a rocket launch, they would have to close the beaches and the highways, and they wouldn't let him do it. So now this township has control over those. They can shut them whenever they want. So
because didn't they say they wanted to do like 25 launches a year or something like that?
And his goal with this is to send a rocket to Mars.
From Texas.
From Texas.
From the valley.
From the valley.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you be opposed to that?
From people that are born and raised
Yes.
Texan, Mexican Americans,
Yep.
hardworking people.
Yep.
And I mean, if you're against it, boo on you.
Yeah, so it's cool. Starbase, Texas. I actually think they'll probably get a lot more tourists down there, which will also make the economy boom. It's going to be a good thing.
Brownsville is a cool little town. They have an amazing zoo, and it's kind of the way you go when you go to Port Isabel when you want to go to the beach.
Yeah,
So I
well,
spent many a time down there.
It's pretty interesting. Whether you like Elon Musk or not, he's a brilliant guy, and he has incredible. He can see into the future
his
as far as vision for what could come he doesn't think small. There's no small thinking in that guy. If you say, hey, let's start this business, he thinks of, okay, how can we dominate the world with that business? How can we sell in every corner of the planet with that business?
He's changed the trajectory of down there in the valley, and I think it's just amazing. It's the majority of the people there are farmers. There's some military
who will do better. Even if you're
Absolutely.
a farmer, you'll do better. The value of your land will go up. The value of what you produce will go up. You won't have to ship it as far. You'll have people there you could sell it to. I mean, it's a win-win all across the board.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Well, I also wanted to ask you. This is kind of a personal question, Steve.
Oh gosh,
What is-
again? Again?
What
Michelle?
is your shower routine? when you
It's been a month or two, so I'll have to think about that.
When you get in and you turn on the water, what is the order of things that
I
you?
wash my hair.
Okay.
I put conditioner in my hair.
You put conditioner in your hair?
I put conditioner in my hair. I know there's not much left, but I still do
okay.
I soap up my body head to toe.
Uh-huh.
I have one soap for my body and one soap for my face
Okay.
because I don't like the perfume stuff on my face.
Oh.
And then I rinse off and I squeegee the shower
Man.
and boom, done.
You've been doing it all wrong. You've been doing it all wrong.
Oh, please enlighten me, Michelle.
Well, you know, the warm days are upon us, and I know Sierra's going to laugh at this, and I've learned a new term, your sit-down smell. And
You told me that story. I could not get it out of my head. I was someplace, and somebody walked by me, and they were not right, and I thought to myself, oh, their sit down smell is probably not good.
That's your sit-down smell. So this has been trending right now as far as what your shower routine should be. And this works for men or women. And, you know, at the very beginning, they start off by saying you should set the mood. You should light a candle. You should put on your favorite playlist. If it's especially for me, if it's hot or whatever, if it's a hair wash day, you need to put your hair up in a shower cap. But before you get in the shower, you get a dry brush and you vigorously dry brush your skin.
You're kidding.
Yes. So
Ow.
it helps exfoliate before the water hits, right? And you're going to brush upwards towards your heart. It's great for lymphatic drainage and smoother skin. Okay, so that's even before you turn the water on.
Okay.
Okay, so now you turn the water on and you're going to double cleanse your face, especially if you are a female like me and you have makeup. So you want to first cleanse it with an oil-based cleanser to remove the makeup, and then you cleanse it with a water-based.
Well, I do all that.
Okay, so
No, I
so
don't.
you're cleaning your face first before your body because the
Interesting, I
yuck
do
from
that
your
last.
face is going down your body.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just telling you. I've been doing this for 2 days because I just wanted to see. There's a lot of freaking steps in
It's
this.
too much work
Lots of
already,
steps.
I can tell you, and I don't think you're even halfway through.
Oh, I'm not even in the body.
Okay.
So now you get to the body. So first you're going to clean it with some unscented soap, just like a Dove or whatever, right? And you're going to use your hands or a washcloth. So that's the cleansing phase, right? It's going to remove the dirt, the sweat, deodorant, oils, whatever. Your second phase
Oh, God.
is a deep clean, right? And what you're going to do
Power washer.
power wash. You're going to treat and you're going to deep clean it. So now you're going to use an exfoliation, right? You're going to use an
Okay.
exfoliator. And you're either going to do that with an African net sponge, an exfoliating glove, or a loofah.
I can tell you at this point, we have lost every one of our male listeners.
No, we haven't, because they're interested in how
No,
people
they're
are-
not.
So then you're going to use the scented body wash. I'm still going.
Oh, my God.
But it's crazy because it's just like layer after layer after layer. 2 to 3 times a week. You're also going to use a sugar scrub or a coffee scrub. Have you ever coffee scrubbed your
I
body?
have seen it, but no, I've never done
It
it.
actually feels really good. You do your elbows, your knees,
Yeah.
behind your thighs, your hands, your feet, whatever. Then you're going to shave, right? If you're a woman, you're going to
Okay.
shave. And then towards the very end, that's when you're going to do your lady and your man bits, okay?
God.
And your lady and your man bits, that's a whole different level.
jeez.
You know, you're not going to touch anything there that you've touched anywhere on your face. Then you're going to do a cold water rinse, like a flash of cold. Have you ever done a cold water
I
rinse?
actually do
Okay.
that quite a bit.
Before you get out and dry off, you're going to put a little bit of oil on your skin.
Okay.
And then, because it'll lock in all that
Right.
hydration, especially someone like you have real dry
I
skin.
have very dry
You
skin.
should maybe try this. Then you're going to put some rich body oil or, lotion or body butter. And then you put your deodorant on. By the time an hour and a half has passed and you have showered, you are going to smell so good.
I feel
and
like I've worked up a
delicious.
sweat just sitting here listening to how much work that is.
So I was telling this story to Sierra last night. She goes, I do about 95% of that. I'm
Ooh,
like,
that's impressive.
That's a lot of product.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is a lot of
telling you,
product.
my longest showers are 5 minutes.
No.
Just do. I'm in and out and moving on down
it
the
takes
road.
5 minutes just to wet my hair.
Well, you got a lot more hair than I
Yeah.
do, but man, that's
That's tough. But the reason behind all of this is obviously summer, and different people have different oil glands and how they carry odor.
Yeah.
But it's all about the exfoliation and getting all the dead skin off. It's
Yeah.
also not only good for your health for the lymphatic drainage, but it's also great for aging skin too. So
I'm pretty sure my 3 days of swimming every week in that heavily chlorinated pool at the YMCA gets rid of a lot of dirt on
I'm
my
sure
skin.
nothing can live on that with as
I'm
much
telling you,
chlorine as you are.
it's probably one of the reasons my skin is so dry.
Yeah, maybe you should at least try the oil before you get out.
I may try that because my skin is getting a little bit crusty.
You know what I like?
And I am getting older.
You don't even have to buy the expensive stuff. I like the Trader Joe's. It's lemongrass.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's like $3.
Oh, I'll have to try
Yeah,
that.
it's really good. It's really good.
We completely forgot to talk about who our guest is today.
Oh, well,
Sasha Vasquez is
yes.
joining us. She's a local resident here. We know her through real estate. She's a member of the Dripping Springs Elite Real Estate Professionals. Absolutely love her. I got a little dressed up today because she usually comes dressed to the nines, so we'll see.
Is that dressed up?
This is as dressed up as I get for work.
Is that your dress up plaid shirt?
This is one of my dress up plaid shirts.
Here, I'm gonna
it's not
put the
denim.
camera right on
yes,
you.
yes.
You're right, it's not denim. For
Look
sure.
at that. Okay.
For sure.
So, but I love Sasha, so we're going to take a little break and get her in here. So sit tight. We'll be right back. Good. Thank you, everybody.